So guys, what's going on? Errol Spence says that the Terence Crawford fight will definitely happen. Now, the problem is, how is this fight gonna happen? Because, you know, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford both say that the fight's gonna happen, but we don't really see how the politics are gonna be worked out. How are we gonna get over this politics bit? Because you've got Top Rank and Al Heyman. That doesn't seem like they want to do any fights together. They're being very stubborn, and the fans are the ones that are getting hurt, and the fighters, because the fighters want to see that they're the best. Now Errol Spence will fight all these other guys. Now the thing is, if the fighters want a fight, the fight can happen, because he could put Errol Spence could put pressure on Al Heyman. Even if Al Heyman doesn't want the fight, he could definitely put pressure on him and to say that he wants to fight Terence Crawford. And inevitably the fight will eventually get done. But it does seem difficult. It does seem quite difficult at this point for this fight to actually happen. You know, I would love to see Terence Crawford v Errol Spence. I think that's the fight in the welterweight division to be made. Both guys are at their peak. You know, it's a 50-50 fight. Nobody quite knows who would win the fight. Everybody's got their opinions on the fight. You know, but it's one of those fights where anything can happen. You know, Errol Spence's size and strength might be too much for Crawford, or Crawford's skill and guile and talent. His layers, different layers that he's got, the different tricks that he's got, may be too much for Errol Spence. We just don't know. But that's why we need to see these two, because it's one of those fights. It was a bit like Mayweather-Pacquiao when they were doing in their prime. You know, who's going to win? It's like everyone had their opinion. You know, Pacquiao's too fast. Mayweather's too sharp. Mayweather's too smart, you know. And the same thing here with Crawford-Spence. Spence is too big. Spence hits too hard. Crawford's too good. He's too slick. You know, he can switch. He's too good for Errol Spence. It's one of those fights where everybody's interested. Everybody will love to see it. It's not quite that none of these guys are quite the marquee names that Pacquiao and Mayweather were. So the fight's not as big and not as lucrative as the fight between Mayweather and Pacquiao was. However, for skill, I wouldn't say they're just as talented, but they're very highly skilled as well. So it makes for a cracking fight, and it makes for, you know, a fight that the fans want to see. And it's two guys, you would say, right now that are on the top of their game. So that's what we want to see. It's not a guy that's, you know, was very skilled and now is not the fighter he was, or, you know, a guy that's, you know, smaller or bigger. It's a right matchup to be made right now, you know. And I just think it'll be a great fight. Again, it might not be the most exciting when you've got guys of that elite level. You know, Errol Spence and Crawford may not be the most exciting fight to watch. It may not be. Because, you know, Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence wasn't a very exciting fight. You know, so I think it's... And so we saw two guys on the weekend in Jacobs and Canelo, very highly skilled. And the fight wasn't very exciting. So, you know, when you got fights like this, Crawford-Spence, they're not always going to be barn burners where you're going to get two guys trading off. It's very highly skilled boxing, so you're not always gonna get a war. It's gonna be a chess match in there. You know, Crawford's gonna be trying to outbox Spence, and Spence is gonna try to get to him and try to hurt him. You know, that's how the fight. That's you know, that's how the fight, in my opinion, will play out. You know, so but it's not necessarily gonna be. But Spence also showed he's a good boxer. So it's a very good matchup. It's a matchup that the fans want to see. But is boxing politics going to get in the way of making this match? Now, Errol Spence doesn't think so. Errol Spence thinks the fight will definitely happen. Do you agree with him? Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.